Good morning. Welcome to Preach It Sunday. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and the membership link's down in the description. Oh my God. I'll wait for people to join. Fresh out the shower. Ooh. Oh. Good morning, whoever that is. I can't see shit. Rambling. Good morning. Welcome to Preach It Sunday. Oh yeah, I hid my face cream because I only have a little left. I'll make it when I get back. It doesn't take much. Oh God, my dogs are gonna bark because there's a dog going past my house. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good morning. There's that. Whew, moisturize. Oh, yes, we had fun last night. Good morning, Rare Penny. I'm Gam, Debbie M. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. This is my face cream. It absorbs quickly. Oh, okay, Riley. I'm here. It's morning. I'm here. Had my coffee. Haven't had breakfast. It takes me a while to eat breakfast after my coffee. Honest to God. Like 3 hours. I slept hard last night. Full 8 hours. Yes. That was nice. That was amazing, by the way. Good morning, Tally girl. Dog. Oh, that's the one chained to the basketball. Yeah. He just barks his full head off. It's freezing cold. They don't walk him. Nah. Let's get a big dog. Let's never walk him. Let's just chain him up. Oh, that bothers me. So, was anybody watching The Glare last night? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. We go over there, we go over there because, like Chasing Truth, he only reports the facts. He doesn't assume. Oh, okay. Going to Gasparilla. Debbie, Riley, you were all there. It was all good. I mean, of course, you always get some strange people that panel. I had to switch over to data because my freaking Wi-Fi's blipping in and out. I don't know why. Because it's crap. Excuse me while I adjust the chaos in my house. I'm back. I'm sorry about this low budget production, but my husband left to go do a case because he got called in, and then he gets there, and I'm like, ooh, good time to do a live. And then they cancel the case. So now he's back home, the dogs are barking. It's a whole shit show here. You're putting scrambled eggs on a dehydrator. Okay. Don't even know the effect of that, but all right. No. Dehydrated eggs. Never even heard of it, but okay. All right, so can we get to the subject? Jesus, Pete, I lost brain cells last night. I need to regain them. This is the only way to do it. So, people were popping up, thank you. People were popping up on the, the panel. I can't figure out this. I don't want to be on the camera. Watch a short video on YouTube before you panel up with anyone. This is why I don't have people on my panel. Because people just grab a link. And a Saturday night, you're kind of guessing, is this a good idea? But I applaud him. He's a very patient man. You know what I'm saying? And so he continued on with the show, even with the technical difficulties going on with people grabbing links. Oh my God. So he's getting ready to say goodbye. And he goes, oh, this ought to be good. Up pops Candle Wax. And he don't like her. He don't like her. A lot of people don't. I'm all, come on now. Fine. Let's see what she has to say. As per usual, her and her tilt-a-whirl speech. I did see you on panel, Silvana. Our Silvana was on there. Yes, it was a very bad idea to even click that. Kathleen, Rare Penny. She can't read a room if it was spelled out in crayon. Listen, I'm telling you what. This is why she went up there. Let's not be fooled. If you didn't catch it, I covered this in a live on my channel. There it was. Neon lights. Looking for subs. Her views are down. Right? Because she ain't fighting with somebody. And she needed content. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, she could go live and title it, I went on the glares and I was attacked. No, you weren't. You were never attacked. Is that what you call a debate? Is an attack? Yeah, maybe the chat wasn't happy to have you there. And she went on to say, he didn't do anything about his chat. What? We're adults, okay? He recognizes that people can say whatever the hell they want. They can say whatever the hell they want. What are you, the ringmaster? Get out of here. I told him I couldn't see the chat, but I was reading it. Okay, then you should have got the hint. Got the fuck off. How about that? Because you're word salad. You can't even articulate a thought, let alone a sentence. We all know this, except you. Candle Wax. Oh my God. So I'm like, well, this is interesting. I was there, and you said you were attacked. Oh, I can't wait for you to prove this. Nowhere in that clip of her and the glarer up on panel together did she get attacked. She was saying this was her, you know, she calls everybody who, she calls every, I lost brain cells. Look at me, I can't even form a thought. I'm turning into her. She's like, look at him. He's thinking about what he's going to say next, not what I'm saying. I'm like, this man was just like this. You raid minds now? I can't even with you. Okay, Leo, why? You do you, boo-boo. I have no idea what that even... I still don't. He was kind to her. The chat allowed to have their opinion. Yeah, she was trying to stay relevant, I know. She was trying to grab subs. And what she was looking at was if anybody thought she was amazing so that they'd come over to her side. But she found out real quickly, even Benny Keys was in there. Savage Live was in there. We watched The Glare last night, and Candle Wax showed up on panel. She goes, you treat your guests with respect. You weren't a guest. You popped up. You popped up. You didn't even come in the chat and ask them if you could come up. You literally grabbed the link. That's not a guest. That's you showing up. A guest is pre-planned. And my guest tonight will be, that's a guest. Then you tell your chat, respected. She's saying stuff like, well, this morning on her, or 2 o'clock in the morning, I didn't watch it till this morning. Right? Her kids are up running around. Blah, 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 blah. Shut your door. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm out cold. I've been out cold for 2 hours. Yeah, it's called an uninvited guest. He could have just ignored you in the back room and just said goodnight because he was on his way out. He was tired. Well, she's trying to pop up on all around the community because she wants. Anywho, I can't even do a live. People call. Now my lips aren't going to match my audio. That's what happens when a phone call comes in. I've told people in my life, could you please text me? She was in the chat asking for a link. Was she really? The link was already there. Magellan. So anyway, let's recap. I'm going to go by what she said this morning in her live at 2 a.m. And then we'll compare it to what really happened. Okay? So she goes live. Says she was attacked. No, she wasn't. She wanted to thank all her subs, her members, and her Patreons, but mostly her subs, for not treating people like that. The way she was treated over there. What? First of all, nobody comes on your panel. And I have seen your chat when somebody has, a long time ago, that you're fighting with, or they don't like. I've seen what they say. So that's BS. They do. And not only that, has anybody heard the name Capone? Does Capone not go around the whole community attacking people? That's her right-hand man. See, the thing I hate the most is when you can pull out misinformation and that makes the person less credible. She would be more credible if she wasn't looking to start fights. She went up there and he was very kind to her. He didn't want her up there, you could tell. And then when she loves to go, I disagree, or you're wrong. And he says, how am I wrong? Because she wants to talk about that house, sitting in the holler, the way people in the holler live. Some live worse. They're shacks, okay? This ain't the suburbs. This ain't people walking their dogs along the sidewalk in front of your house. Garage door comes up. Hi, neighbors. That ain't the holler. That ain't their holler. Right? Those kids live outside. They got ATVs. They got all kinds of toys. They don't sit in the house and game all night. These kids play outside, old school. So first of all, you got to set the stage. You got to sit here and say, that's like watching an episode of Hoarders, same thing, right? That's like watching an episode of Hoarders and, well, no wonder why your cat died. No wonder why your dog got taken away. Look at you, you're disgusting. Okay, it's a state of mind. They don't see it. When you got 3 kids running around your house, you're trying to get laundry done. Remember the stack of laundry in the kitchen? I'm going to assume right there was the washer and dryer. We didn't get the camera pan, did we, Chris McDonald? We should have. You should have took that camera and said, oh, here's your laundry room right in your kitchen, right? That's why all those clothes were stacked, I'm sure. Because she even said every day she's got like 10 loads of laundry. So these kids are wearing clean clothes, right? Now, maybe she went on a shopping haul. Right? That would explain all the stuff on the kitchen table. The toilet paper rolls in the package, stuff that hadn't been put away yet. The boys' room was clean. Then she had this roll-around rack in her living room, right? You could see all the clothes hung up. Look at all the clothes in her living room. She was doing laundry. Maybe that gets rolled somewhere else when she's done. Yeah, she didn't expect company that day, correct? So we got to set the stage. But if you have a closed mind, candle wax, you can point out anything in someone's house. But that was not an invited guest. He said, could we go back to your house? She's like, look at these nice cars and they can't clean their house. Okay, well, the red car, she was pointing out the black truck and the red car. The black truck was Chris McDonald's. So there's that. They don't own a black truck. But you've been following this from the beginning. You would have known that was Chris McDonald's truck. The red car, yes, that's the only new vehicle they have. She'll never show her house. Shaza, she'll never show her house. I'll bet you there's candle wax all over the floors. It's disgusting. We've seen a couple shots of that. No one wants to think about other scenarios. That's my point. That is what the glare was trying to get her to see. She's saying that's why the kids were removed from the house. We don't know why. And this isn't about them. It's about Summer. She's trying to build a disgusting character, right? When you cannot walk a day in the shoes of these people's life, you will never understand the holler. The House of Wax. Anybody seen the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia? You ever seen their houses? These people live outdoors. They live in chaos and it's funny. That does not determine good or bad parenting. Only the Wilds know why their kids were removed. And here's how I feel about it. If they came in and said, inspected the house, right? All they want to make sure is your kids have beds, running water, food in the refrigerator. They understand circumstances. You're doing laundry. You just went shopping. You haven't put everything away yet. I don't know where they're getting this. Rat feces on the floor, cockroaches running around. I didn't see any of that in the video. So here we are. And if you're talking to, if a neighbor said that, they just want to be on YouTube. Because no neighbor would go on YouTube and say that stuff for no reason. There's some self-gain there somewhere. So, where was I going with this? I'm like so lost brain cells last night and this morning. I lost them mostly this morning. Oh, the boys. If CPS came in there, no. All right, here's a warning. We're going to come back and we want this all taken care of. And Don, those wires, they got to be fixed. That's what they would have did. That's what they would have done. Sorry. I see? I'm turning into her. My English. Oh my God, it's scrambled. Yeah, right. And you got cats in there. They would have caught the mice. They would have caught the cockroaches. So there's that. None of that makes you a killer. She don't think like that. She gets on a tunnel vision thought, and she's right and you're wrong. End up. That's why people don't like to panel up with her. Because even if you speak logically, like they were doing, and that woman, she didn't attack her. It was called a debate. Can you have a debate, Candle Wax? Can anybody change your mind? Or is this just content to you? And she, oh my God, and share. Why hasn't Candace looked for her daughter, Don? Why hasn't she? She's just screaming over him when he's talking about, you were my friend, and you hurt us more than anyone. Then she's screaming over him, why isn't she? Let me tell you again, people, why they're not out trekking through the woods looking for their daughter. TBI told them not to. Here's one of the reasons. If anything happened to either one of them, we got bigger problems, right? Secondly, if they stumble across their daughter, let's say a bear. Let's say a bear got her. And I even hate to think of that. And took her out into the woods. Or she just went down a dog trail, maybe followed one of the dogs. And something happened. Let's just say. Which these are very real possibilities. We know where her scent ended. Right? If they stumbled upon her, they'll be blamed. Their DNA. They were there. Which is why the Laundrie parents called FBI and said, we want to go search today. They had to be with them in order to prove that the parents didn't plant anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you, Candle Wax? Does that make sense to you, Share? Right? That makes sense to me. Now, did you not also hear Don in the beginning sat down there at the police station every single day? Why do people forget that? And this isn't the Don and Candace sympathizers. This is facts. This is stop drawing a conclusion and stop calling parents murderers. She goes, well, because the Glare said, have you ever lost a child? You cannot decide how people should act. You should not decide or speculate. You've never lost a child. You have no idea how people are supposed to act. You're wrong. You're wrong. Here we go again. Yeah, I know, Savannah. We don't even want to get into that nutball. So anyway, you're wrong. She goes, I have studied many missing child cases. And there is a commonality between all of them. Of course, she never specified the commonality because that could have been debated. Like, let's say the commonality is they go on the news, they cry their eyes out, begging for their child to be returned, only to find out 4 or 5 months later that they killed their child. Do you remember the guy and his fiance, the young couple? And his boy was missing. They're crying their eyes out. Then you find out she checked into a hotel and that kid was in her suitcase. Yeah, she killed that kid and he was in her suitcase. She cried on the news. She held up signs. So where's your commonality? What would have made them innocent? Both passing a lie detector test. The fact they have no evidence against them. I mean, just because they get drunk, they've done drugs, and I'm so sick of them saying Candace beat her kids. There is no proof anywhere. She never beat her kids. That was her ex-husband. And they still keep running with that narrative. She did Instagram, Facebook. Her kids were in every single video and photo. So let's say she did Facebook with just only her and the dog, or her and H. Nobody else in her family. It still doesn't open up a window to murderers. Yeah, Ed Smart. The public blamed him, pushed him to the edge of sanity, and he was innocent. And I know, they don't know what happened, but they need content for their channel. You do not want to tamper with anything in regards to the case. If you come across exactly. But we got the web sleuths of YouTube that would pick up evidence in a minute. Look what I found. Well, now you're a suspect. Good for you. Your DNA's all over that. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Any of it. So apparently Life Coach is going back to Tennessee. Okay. So yes, she continued on that she was attacked on the glares. We all saw it. Then she even had the guts to play it when she popped up. She wanted everybody to see her with the glare. If you watch it, you see that? You see how he's not interested? He didn't roll his eyes. He didn't shake his head. He didn't whisper like, you're nuts. None of that. He just listened. She goes, oh, you're just too big for me. She's putting him down. She called the woman an idiot. That woman was just an idiot. And all that woman did was debate the facts with her. She didn't yell at her, scream at her. See, the thing is we were all over at the glares because you can only go by what is out there for you to know. You can't just start making up shit to have content. These people are on the edge. They have been harassed and bullied so much, and they still won't press charges against people. They're better people than me. If you'd have rolled up on my job site, we would have been boxing. We would have been boxing. It would have been, listen, it would have made it to either World Star or it would have made it to some show or the news. They skip right over logic, Blackhearted. Want to know why? Because they don't, they judge people. They judge people. So, when she kept saying there were bad parents because their house was a mess. What? What? Really? So, of course, you know the chat. Right on cue. So are you bad parents because you lock food away from your kids? You lock all the food away from your kids. Are you a bad parent? Oh, that didn't sit well with her. But the chat was done hearing her condemning these parents who are missing their children. They are trying to get their house in order. They did show a video. If you're really following all of this, they showed a video. They removed the kitchen island. They've built a wrought iron staircase around that hole so you can't fall in. They're working on their house. They need people to come help them lay flooring, help them paint, because Don works 7 days a week pretty much, and he's exhausted when he gets home, trying to make money because they do have to pay child support. When the state takes your kids away in Tennessee, you are paying child support on your children. And he wants to make sure that he's paying that for his kids. They are working on their house. Candace is alone, out in the holler, nobody to help her. If, Lord forbid, something happened to her child and she had her fridge padlocked. Yeah, right? Oh my God. But I'm saying she put the information out there, so it is solid information. But she's making up things about the wells. She has said that Benny did help her hang some sheetrock and paint. That's awesome. And if he didn't have a kid of his own, and he didn't have a family, he would drive right back out there and probably be laying that flooring. Right? I would love for a group of people to go out there and help her. I think it would raise her spirits. It would make her feel like she's one step closer to getting her boys back. I'm just saying, they are innocent until proven guilty, not by the web sleuths of YouTube, but by the actual law enforcement. And if they are found guilty of anything, there you go. But if they're not, what y'all is doing is wrong. It's wrong. These are human beings. I know. If any of these good YouTubers were in Tennessee, we would all get together. We would lay the flooring. We would get her house in order for her boys to come home. It's the only thing that's going to lift her spirits is her boys to come home. I mean, and Summer, but at least she knows where her boys is and she's got a shot at getting them home. I can't blame them at all for not wanting anyone's help. I know, they've been burned by YouTubers. And they reached out to YouTube because people started covering the cases. And they reached out for people to just be their friend, help them. And what'd they do? Almost everyone except Benny has turned on them. All of YouTube will turn on them if they are guilty. But right now, they're not. And it's just humanitarian. Do you help the homeless? Do you give them a bite to eat, a hot bite of food when you see them? Or do you sneer your nose and drive by? Well, if you wouldn't have done drugs, you wouldn't be in this situation. Right? Do you do that? Do you judge them for laying on the street? You know, Candace's kids did have a home and a bed. And no matter, according to them, Summer did not sleep on that mattress on the floor. There was even a bunk bed down there. Did you not notice that? That mattress just could have been old and thrown on the floor for her to maybe sit on and play with her toys, so she didn't have to sit on a cold cement floor. That's why there weren't sheets on it. Maybe she sat on it to play. They didn't want her sitting on the floor. She slept in their bed. And there were bunk beds right there. Downstairs. You've seen them. It's funny how you can point out a mattress on the floor with no sheets and not think, we don't want you sitting on the floor. It's cold. You sit on this mattress to play. That was her playroom. Maybe she had her dolls lay on that bed and then they got covered up. You don't know. You can take something beautiful and make it ugly. You people are so good at that. You can take people and make them ugly. You can criticize the way they live. You can make fun of them. They've made fun of Candace so much for having Bell's palsy. But here comes the super chats and the sadness for somebody sitting in a nice house with Bell's palsy, right? That's crazy. Yeah, I know, she slept with her parents. And even if she didn't, there were bunk beds. Right there, by the window, downstairs. But they missed that. And then look, where's her toys? She don't even have toys. Maybe they were upstairs. Maybe her favorite toys. Remember, Life Coach was there. Summer's toys were all over the yard. There you go. There you go. That's that dingy mattress outside that they were saying was the kids' mattress was the dogs. It went underneath the house, and that's where the dogs gave birth. They even cared enough about their dogs to give birth on a mattress and not the dirt. You can get that person out. The spammers. I saw plenty of toys too. They were all outside. It's just, the court of public opinion is the problem with YouTube. Slandering human beings, defamation, because you want what you think to be facts, and they're not facts. And anyone that even debates the facts that you're throwing out there as good or bad parenting, you can't handle a debate. There is only so much looking at a parent can do. Children have gone missing for years, only to be found with strangers who took them. Thank you. And they both passed a polygraph test. You think they're smart enough? They're smart enough, both of them, to pass a polygraph. Both of them. And you had the behavioral panel and Dr. Phil Candlewax both say, we know you didn't do anything to your daughter. Now, Candace's deception has to do with she may have an idea of who would do this. And she said she didn't. But she may, in her mind, have an idea who could do this. And she didn't want to give up the person in case she was wrong. Like y'all throwing names out there. We already have ideas on the outside who could have done this. We do, based on their character and the fact that they were there in that house and maybe seeking revenge. Right? People live different in all parts of the world. Only in the U.S., child welfare services has so much power to take children from parents for any reason. That's the truth. The panel was even asking about getting on Amazon wish list as well, just like you. Anything they could do for them. Exactly. Right now, I feel like the anything anyone could do for them right now is to help them. Anyone with skills, electrical, plumbing, flooring, construction, It's kind of like that extreme home makeover thing. And I'm not talking build them a mansion so their taxes go up. I'm talking about make that house proud for her boys and as a mom. Right? Those kids had electricity, running water, they had TVs, they had toys, they had ATV vehicles. They have not asked for one penny, not one thing. People keep saying, what can we send you? And they said nothing. I just need help with the flooring in my house and painting. Has anybody showed up? No. No. Nobody. But they're making money off that little girl's name on a YouTube channel. And nobody sees that? These people that follow these people blindly, agree with whatever they say, they don't see this as wrong? Going down there and not doing anything to help because you have already buried these parents. You have already put them behind bars. You have already you're pushing them over the edge mentally. And that's what everybody's tired of, is people attacking people. We're over it. It's done. Nobody's going to put up with it anymore. And I wish people would lose their channels just to learn a lesson. And I'm not talking about like YouTube, take it away. I'm talking about walk away. Just walk away from the views. Walk away. Anybody that has any sort of human kindness will not ever put people away before they're proven guilty. Now, if you've got professionals saying you pass a lie detector test, Chris Watts could not pass a lie detector test, so he confessed. These people both, well, I think all three, passed. Those odds are impossible. I know they're too proud to accept money. That's another thing with the South. They're happy with what they have. They do the best that they can. And they don't want anything from anyone. All they've asked is to please quit hurting them. That's it. Like I said, if you just showed up on my work site, screaming your big mouth at me, we would have boxed. I would have saw red. We would have boxed. I'm pretty sure Candace would have won. I am pretty sure. But she didn't. Her heart was broke. She cries herself to sleep every single night, and if she has to get drunk to do it, to even sleep, more power to you. Because I'm pretty sure I would need something to skew not only the heartbreak, but now the trauma of the internet. What? Here's a little ray of hope. People that don't watch this side of YouTube has no idea the accusations being spread. Yeah, well, yeah. And screaming in their face, sorry, your daughter's dead. That made me cry when I looked at Candace's face. Yeah, and down in the South, they don't go to the doctor and say, you know what, prescribe me some tranquilizers until my daughter's found, please. Prescribe me some tranquilizers. Right? They don't do that. They just get the alcohol. It's cheaper. They instigated it, yeah. Confrontation for views and money. They are being bullied. And they still won't press charges. Because they know in their mind that they're going to be able to humiliate these people if they find Summer. and they had nothing to do with it. Some jack-off took their kid. Well, and that's the sad part about Life Coach, is she's changed. She has changed so much. I never thought, I mean, she used to just kind of annoy me with her theatrics, but sometimes she was funny. But this stuff going on, this is pure hatred. I didn't even know she possessed that. Yeah, and then, yeah, they all called the cops on him because he said he had guns under his bed. He's allowed to own a shotgun. He is. A felon can own a hunting rifle or a shotgun. A long barrel. And that's probably what he owns. Hunting rifles. And he calls them guns. Shotguns. Just because he didn't say shotgun, y'all called the cops? Really? When you live out in the holler, you got bears. See, you people living in the suburbs, we know what kind you have. You have home invasion type. When you live out in the holler, you have hunting. We used to live out in the country. Everybody deer hunts, we had black bears. Everybody had shotguns. Everybody had shotguns. Everybody had long rifled shotguns. They have handled it a lot better than I would. Honest to God, Ken. Honest to God. Every day. And then these psychics. Well, it could be Reverend Donna. Come on, you're sick, bitch. I'm sorry, you are. You walk the devil's path. The shit you said about what happened to her, do you know how upset Don was? That's why he was screaming on Cher's panel. The thing, he goes, you let her on your panel? The thing she said about my daughter? Do you think Cher heard any of that sentence? Nope. And he had a point there. What she said about what happened to his daughter in her visions, which she changes her visions. Well, this could happen, that could have happened. Really? So you didn't really see a vision? You watched Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix? And you just inserted Summer into that? Did you dream it after watching that? Because I'm sorry. There's so many of you out there. Why haven't you told anyone where she's at? You can only see to a certain point, right? If Summer's coming to you in spirit, she'll tell you exactly where she's at. Oh. And that's why in the Bible, you don't listen to that stuff. And knowing it's against his religious beliefs, you're his friend. Knowing it's against his religious beliefs, you have this woman on there, on your panel, and have hurt them so bad. See, they really believe these people on YouTube were their friends. You're messing with their head, man, just for money and views. Your own selfish bullshit. Welcome to YouTube. Yeah, we're true crime. We're true crime. Oh, because you say it, it's true. No. Because, listen, people that really follow true crime, instead of just put a name in the title, go and see what everyone else said, and then pick who you want to agree with, and then that becomes your content. That's not true crime. I pray every day for Summer. I have been sick to my stomach since day one. I've cried for that little girl. I want her to be found. That psychic crap was vile. And how dare you put that on YouTube? Her brothers are going to hear that someday. You people care about nobody. This is a real, living little girl. And she could be somewhere. But no, you keep putting down her parents. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep collecting that money. Do it. Keep tagging her. Keep running her family and her parents through the mud and telling them what terrible people they are. And I'll tell you what, if they had anything to do with it, I will go live and be angry. But if they didn't, God help you. And your judgment in the end, God help you. This is evil behavior. They know what they're doing. They're just trying to justify their vileness. Who shows up and says that to a mom? Thank you, Pirate. I'm so angry. I still can't get that vision out of my head when she said, sorry about your dead daughter, to a mom's face who's got her kid's picture on her dashboard, who cries every night. Oh, if she don't cam up and show everybody on YouTube how depleted she is, then you're not buying it. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, if she gets her kids back, her boys back, I am doing an Amazon wish list, and we're going to, listen, those kids are going to have a homecoming like they've never had before. I promise you that. Because my channel, oh yeah. Yeah, we're here for kids. We are here for kids. They have no empathy for anyone. And it shows on their channels. And it shows with your views. You had to go up on the glarer. Really? Marble's mouth. Mush mouth. You had to go up on the glare. I am so pissed at her. I don't want to hear a word she says. She don't even spend a minute putting together a thought. But then if anybody says anything about the bullshit she puts out there as the mom of the year, locks her kids, locks the food away from her kids, you know exactly what that is? Control. Control. She don't want to spend her money feeding these kids. They cost too much money. Sorry, Blackhearted. I wish to God I lived in Tennessee. I really do. I definitely, my husband and I, we'd have laid their flooring. Listen, I would have brought flea and tick pills for every one of those dogs. They run around in the woods. What do you think's going to happen? Right? I would have. They would have all had flea and tick. You know, the oral ones. 3 months. There's a lot of ways to fix things. But condemning and inserting yourself in the way they live is not the way to do it. Yeah, remember Susan Smith? Hey, Candle Wax, remember Susan Smith? Cried her eyes out in front of the camera. Right? Wasn't it? Didn't she say a black man carjacked her vehicle with her kids in it? Right? Didn't she say that? Isn't that what she said? We were all, oh my God, you poor woman. She killed them. She did. So where's your commonality of how parents act when their kids are missing? These people never did any of that. I have to take mine to the vet. She keeps shaking her head and scratching. Yeah, you might want to do that. Yeah, and JLR is rallying to get her out of jail. Look it up. Okay, with that one, you know, with that one, I get some future vibes. That show Snapped. That's why I stay this way. No. Don't even go there. Nope. You just let him stay with the Twitter over there. But yeah, I do get upset. I mean, I don't like, I wish Candle Wax had just an ounce of empathy. But she don't. But she throws that narcissistic word all over the place. Does she not? Does she not? Everybody's a narcissist but her. And she shows zero empathy. I pray to Jesus every day that we find somewhere alive and somebody in possibly New York hidden in a big city where nobody pays attention to anything. And she's okay. And then we can fire up live after live after live and drag these people on YouTube, these creators. And maybe they'll think twice before they run their mouth again. True crime, that is. Yeah, Pirate, he's a whole lot of unstable. Whole lot. So chaining your refrigerator is good parenting. Apparently it is. Diagnose your kid with overeating. Alright. Now you're a doctor. Our kids ate us out of house and home. The sad part is when you have body dysmorphia, and we've seen plenty of moms do it. How about the pageant moms? They got their own issues going on, so they live vicariously through their child. They have, most of those pageant moms have weight issues. So they display their little girls with fake teeth, fake tans. And some of them say their daughters, this is their dream. Okay, fine. You're fulfilling your child's dream. Right? Whatever. That's my point, Pirate. So, and not only that, the whole Delta 8 really upset me. That really upset me. It's not a pain med. It's really not. It's a synthetic marijuana. Synthetic. And that kid screamed in pain. And that upset me. She put it out there. And the crazy thing is, if CPS was in your house, so let's do a commonality. If CPS was in your house, they didn't say, take the lock off the refrigerator and the cupboards. Give your son his pain meds. You're not a doctor. The doctor prescribed it. You follow the doctor. Right? They didn't take your kids. They tell you what's wrong, what's right. They don't just grab your kids. So when they went out to the Wells house for the first time, first visit, and they went in that house, they just took those kids. Now, their sister just came up missing. And YouTube people were making their home very dangerous. Right? Yeah, maybe there's a drinking issue in that house. Well, there's some rich people out there. Rich people. Very wealthy, beautiful mansions. And inside their house at night is a shit show. They're drunks. Some are on pills. Some are on worse drugs. But you would see a camera go through their house and go, well, I don't know why they took them away. Because you'll never know. You'll never know. Love is not bad parenting. Love is love. So chances are it was a safety issue. That's it. That is it. Right? And maybe, well, what if Don said, please take the boys right now until we find out what happened to Summer? Right? Maybe there were people threatening them. Did you ever think about that? Do you ever think maybe voluntarily? Because CPS doesn't generally just walk in your house and grab your kids. They generally walk in your house and go, fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. We'll be back in 30 days. Make sure all this is done. Right? So if the fridge and the food is locked, allegedly, how does a person in the house gain enough weight to get... Well, and what kind of food are you holding up? Yogurts and cheeses? You can eat that shit all night. If you have healthy food in there. And let's be honest, what's really in a refrigerator? The cupboards are locked too, I'm assuming, because she said she locked up all the stuff. I heard out of her own mouth. Because the cupboard's where the snacks are. The refrigerator is where perishables are. Condiments, butter, milk, juice. Right? Some meat, cheese. What's in the refrigerator? And then frozen foods in the freezer, right? What's in the refrigerator that can make you fat? It would be the cupboards. The cupboards. So lock up the snacks and open the fridge. Put yogurt in there and cheese and let them eat all night. Who gives a shit? Lunch meat. Salads. If they're hungry, they'll eat it. But I get the whole, I know plenty of people that have to lock up snacks for school and sweets, the things that you're gonna pack for lunches. They can't mow through them, and they will. Trust me, my kids did. Yes, hunger is real in a growing child, especially a tween. Yeah, veggies, fruit. Put all that shit in the fridge and leave it wide open. You're hungry? Eat that stuff. You are not going in this cupboard because you'll just mow through it. Cookies and cupcakes and stuff. Or why don't you just keep healthy snacks, granola bars, put them on the counter. I know parents that used to hide. Listen, they didn't lock the kids out of the kitchen. They actually took those kind of things and put them in their own bedroom and locked them up. It's kind of stupid. I never locked it up. Eat it. Who gives a shit? I didn't keep that kind of crap in my house, though. My kids were always grabbing yogurts and cheese and I got the mozzarella cheese sticks. I've never thought of withholding food ever. Ever. The only time a child has a weight issue, you can't diagnose. She said he had addiction issues since he was a baby. What? A baby? Since he was a baby. The judgment is unbelievable. The taking your own issues and projecting them onto other people is nuts. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be issues later on. Well, and that's what I said. Because I have known parents that are constantly obsessed with the way how it makes them look if their kid has weight on them. So they constantly let this kid know. They think through words and judgment that this is going to fix it. No, it makes it worse. When they get older, they are going to be obese their whole life. May end up 600-pound life on the 600-pound life show. That's what happens when you shame and criticize anyone that is impressionable, especially a child. This is what the person who loves them thinks of them. Do you see it that way? Can you see it that way? And the fact that you would even let a child scream in pain because you don't want them to be addicted to pain meds? When the prescription's over, there is no addiction. But the child, holy shit. I would never, ever deny my child anything a doctor told me to do. Ever. The best way to heal is to not stress out the mind. Pain stresses the body, raises blood pressure, and it makes healing take longer. But to put somebody through that kind of agony, because in your mind, that was your drug of choice, is fucked up. And you put it all out for the internet. The whole internet knows. All your business. All your business. That's cool. But don't you talk about it. What you don't understand, you can't talk about. Then don't put it out there. Oh no, they have the code, Jen. We all know the code. 4534. We all know the code. But the one kid. My son's going to college and still calls me and asks me if he can go to Dallas with his friends. I said, son, you're 21. You can go where you want, right? I have those kids too. I have kids that call and ask me certain advice based on my experience, I suppose, or my age. And because I never criticize them or judge them. Because when you do that, you break their spirit. You just break their spirit. Why would you judge anyone else? Because you ain't right. You got to get yourself right before you can actually do the job of raising a well-balanced human being who has pride in themselves, who's proud of themselves, who loves themselves. So if you don't love yourself and you got all these issues, fix them or you're going to ruin those kids. They're going to end up on something. They're going to end up somewhere. Let them be. Everybody has different personalities. All my children had different personalities, and I loved every single one of them. And I never withheld food. Even if they put weight on during puberty, they're hungry. They'll get it off later. They grow out of the weight. The kid's not obese. This is insanity. And to say even one of your kids, look, he's good looking, isn't he? Okay, whoa. But you know what? You can't. I don't know. I'm a kid advocate. I don't give a shit how messed up adults are. I really don't. I don't care if they hit alive and they're high off their ass. I don't care if they're drunk off their ass. I really don't care. But when you start putting your children out on YouTube, that is so wrong. If they're not grown adults. I tell my girls my concern for them is to be safe and happy. She's setting him up to believe he's an addict. I know. But you cannot reason with her. If you disagree, she's a hater. If you try to say, can you look at it this way? Nope. I'm going to assume that her inner child is damaged. Maybe by a parent. Maybe by abuse. And she knows nothing else. And she's not able to understand. I'm just going to assume that. Because I don't call people names. I figured they're damaged. And they have to make sense. It just makes no sense to me. Because I don't walk in those shoes. And I'm not saying I was praised as a child. I'm not saying I grew up in a broken home. Right? I did. But I had the wherewithal. To know when something felt wrong and when something felt good. Right? And I am telling you, I could write, I have situations I could totally write about that could have made me end up messed up or whatever. But I found peace in my life, and I didn't want to repeat bad behavior. I wanted to change it. Love my children unconditionally. Do not favor one over the other. And love their personalities. Love everything about them. Because it's their life. They're going to walk that earth. It's the only life they have. And I'm sure as hell not going to judge it. And I'm sure as hell not going to criticize or shame them so they don't enjoy life. They'll remember the words out of their mom's mouth. The one person that praised them. Right? And I wasn't even blessed with the insight. I read so many freaking books and went to so many classes on positive parenting, how to be a good parent. I chose to. You know what I'm saying? It was a choice I made. And then I got the insight. Then I used it. And I'm not saying I was perfect. Oh, no. There was a point I jumped on an airplane and flew the hell out of here to get my head right. I did. And that's my cross to bear. But when I came back a totally different person. I was gone for 6 weeks. And I missed my babies. But I was no good for anyone. And no, I didn't do drugs. I've never done drugs a day in my life. Actually, I'm afraid of them. I don't ever want one. I've never let the doctor even write me a prescription for a narcotic. No thanks. No interest. Of course, I have a high tolerance for pain, so there's that. I'm not saying there ain't a day coming where they're going to have to give me something. I might go through something bad. I don't know. Knock on wood. I just don't. I don't like them. I don't want anything to do with them. No drugs ever in my life. So that wasn't the issue. I lost a part of myself. I gave it to somebody else. And they love to criticize and shame me. And it broke my heart. And I had to get away and get my head right. For real. At some point, we all decide if and when we're going to break unhealthy cycles. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, it's one thing if you believe in something, or you believe, okay, maybe your child, you're seeing weight issues and maybe he's taking his emotions out on food. You don't take a human necessity away from somebody with the visual of lacks. I'm not saying you don't feed your kid. I'm saying the visual of the lacks is prison. It is, you're not worthy. It is devaluing you. This is what I'm saying. Her argument is, well, he eats, he gets his food. They're up gaming all night. At some point, after 4 hours, you're going to be hungry. That's just the way it is. Just like if you're sitting there and you're hungry, you're going to be eating. And you have the freedom to do it. But you're showing a visual of you got a problem and I'm not going to help you. That's what you're showing. This is logical thinking. Okay, this is the image right here. Like when parents take a kid's door off their bedroom or the bathroom. You have just taught your kid, I don't trust you. Right? So what happens to that kid in their mind? They become a, do you love me now? Do you love me now? Am I good enough? Do you love me now? You just created that. You just put that on their lap. That they're not trusted. Anytime you put your child down, you have just created a new, the way they value themselves, the way they look at themselves, right? So that's the argument, Candle Wax. That's the argument. You're not getting it. What you do is, if you think your kid has a problem, you take that kid on walks, you hang out with them, you put him in sports, build his confidence, lose the little weight. You don't let him sit in front of a computer all night. Oh, exactly, Lily. That's going to be interesting when they leave for college. Some people make the world scary for their kids, so they never leave. I don't see her as being that way, but I see them leaving. I see them leaving for sure. And nobody ever knows if the diagnoses are, proven, but there's other ways to handle it. Take them to a nutritionist. Only keep healthy food in the house, right? I mean, this is easy. But to get mad, see, that's anger. When you lock shit up, I'm the boss. That's that kind of shit. I know, right, Pirate? I just hate that she puts this stuff out here. I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it. I pictured her kid in that bed in the most pain he's ever been in his entire life, and all he needed was his pain meds. You know what I mean? I like I said, I'm an advocate for kids. I don't care how fucked up adults are. I really don't. But when that shit trickles down to your kid and you put it all over the internet, it's just so frustrating. It's just, I don't know why I'm this way when it comes to kids. Maybe because I buried a child. That could be why. And now I know how precious they are. But unconditional love, building a child up, picturing the adult you want them to be, confident, no issues. None of our kids are addicts. None of them. None of them. Because we built them up. We didn't tear them down. We didn't diagnose them. We didn't shame them. We didn't criticize them. We were compassionate, understanding. And they're the same way. They'll do anything for anyone. They're confident who they are because they have value. They know they were valued. So when it was time for them to fly, we knew they'd be fine. So you do all this stuff to your kids. Like, let's talk about the Wells kids. Those kids, they dressed in their hunting gear. They went with dad. They didn't live the way you lived, so that made them disgusting. And the funny part is, you're filming the shit show in your own homes, and you're putting down the Wells. These kids fished. They ran out in the woods. They hunted. They rode ATV vehicles. They were free. And you're judging their parenting. That is laughable. Oh my God, I remember this woman I went to beauty school with. And she had her kid at 7 years old zombied out on Ritalin. I drove home crying. She wanted a kid that didn't have a lot of energy, which all kids do. He sat at the table, a zombie. I cried all the way home, and I didn't even have kids yet. I was 23 years old, and I drove home crying. I wanted to remove him from her home and let him live his best life. Diamond Paw, I'm glad you're doing better. Anyway, so it all disturbed me. Judging the Wells while telling everybody on the internet how you parent. Pot, meat, kettle. Yeah. So guys, but Summer's birthday's coming up, and we need to pray harder than we've ever prayed in our life. I know law enforcement said that this investigation is coming to an end. I don't know if they said resolved. I don't know. But honestly, I don't know what they know. But I wish everybody would just shut the F up and wait. But we know that's not going to happen. Well, it doesn't matter what bad behavior she does. She's always got her rationality. She doesn't take the advice from others. Just the hug box that she's created. She made that up as an excuse. I don't think it has anything to do with weight. It has to do with her issues, not theirs. Yeah, her perception's her reality. And that's very common if there's people out there that have a skewed reality. Right? They're limited. They're limited in their abilities. You know what I'm saying? They only know what they know. And like I said, your knowledge is from your experience. Right? Your knowledge is from your experience. And if you haven't gone out there and learned anything else but what you know, which is obvious with the vocabulary, the insults, if you don't agree with me, I'm going to attack you. We see it. It's simplified. Simp. And so I just say, everybody shut the hell up and wait for law enforcement. Please. I know, you can't even present facts. I don't agree. Why? She can't even go into specifics. You're just an idiot. Okay. Since you said it, I must be an idiot. Yes, everything you know is a result of your experiences, unless you go get educated. Unless you go get educated and change your way of thinking. Then you'll see things a lot clearer. But the missing ingredient looks to be empathy. Isn't that why she got fired from an at-home job? Customer service. No empathy. Could you imagine her working as a nurse aide in a hospital where you have to have empathy? See, I was a hairdresser and a nurse assistant. First the hairdresser, then I did the nursing assistant. Well, I also did hair on my days off. And those are the most empathetic careers you can have. Right? I know, hey there. Well, she accuses everyone else of being a narcissist. The glare, look at him. That's a narcissistic personality right there. Right there, that's narcissistic. Why? Because he's sitting here waiting for you to finish speaking. He's not speaking over you. He is not cutting you down. He's waiting for you to finish your long-winded word salad that twirls. You literally agree and disagree with you in yourself in the same sentence. Do you ever listen to that? Nope, she don't. So he sat there and waited for her to finish so he could speak. That's not a narcissist. A narcissist is someone who takes the reality of what actually occurred on that panel. I was there. And then the next morning says they were attacked. Gaslighting. That's called gaslighting. And calls him an effing idiot. Here's where he was an effing idiot. He entered you into his chat, her into his screen. That was it. Everything else was called a debate. So if people don't disagree, if people don't agree with you, it doesn't mean they're haters or trolls. It's called a debate. This is what adults do. They debate until you change each other's mind. Oh no, Mallory. I'm going to be honest. In all my years of customer service, I've never heard of anyone being let go for having lack of empathy alone. But can you imagine? Okay, so let's just say it's an at-home. We've had those calls, or we've called, let's say we've called the cable company. You can hear someone at home. Customer service at home. You hear the dog barking, right? Or a call center. They're all sitting in cubicles, right? But now, because of COVID, everybody's at home. Dog barking, baby suckling. We hear it. We know. Burping the baby. Anyway, they record these calls. She would work from home, was still late for work. Y'all got me choking up in here. So, they record these. Can you even imagine the playback? Like when a supervisor's checking on their workers from home and they're calculating how many calls you take a day. And then they're going to listen to some of the recordings. Like maybe even pull 2 out of a batch of 100. 2 out of a batch of your 100 customer service calls. And they're like, holy shit. She called them effing idiots. She wanted them off the phone. Just do it my way or shut the hell up. I got a live to get on. I ain't got time for this. I got to get in my 100 calls for the day. They have quotas. And you want to get these people off the phone as fast as you can, fix their issue. And then, of course, when it was time to rate them, because you already know, at the end of a call, you got to wait for the survey so you can rate them. Now, we already know people only rate when they're pissed off. If they did a good job, I'm out, right? But if that person pissed you off, oh yeah, I'm waiting this out. The music, right? Buttercup, buttercup. You're waiting out the music. I am giving this person. I am 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. How well do they help you? 1 being the lowest. Can't push 0? Why not? 5 being the highest. 1, 1, 1, 1, right? You're going to wait it out. The whole Buttercup song. You're going to wait it out. Of course they listen to your calls. They want to see how you're doing, especially if you're getting a bunch of ones in customer service. Ken's got to go unlock his fridge. He's hungry. The code's 4534. She said that on a live. Everybody remember it. Text the youngest. Hey, kid. He's all, thanks, YouTube. He's got the code now. They're in his instant messenger on Facebook. Hey, kid. Well, and that was the other reason, Mallory. You are correct. First of all, she did put the plug in. She put the plug in. You can go watch it on. I said that on a live on my channel. Okay. She was trying to whistle in some new subs. She wanted to be controversial, so they might come check her out. And then she was trying to get in with Candace and Don because she plucked that out of the chat that Benny said that. So people pluck out what's true so they can say, we know this. This is like a tactic of a teenager, right? If you've raised any that you've actually paid attention to, right? You learn all about them. Listen, my stepdaughter, she used to, I would buy 3 pounds of ham, 3 pounds of turkey, 3 pounds of salami every week. Kids could make sandwiches all they wanted, a couple loaves of bread, right? Every night, before bed, 11 p.m., my stepdaughter would tootle out of her room, go down into the kitchen. She would walk past us with a plate with a 2-pound ham sandwich. 2 pounds of ham. And all I would say is, please bring the plate down when you're done. You don't want any bugs in your room. That was it. Not, Jesus Christ, you just ate all the ham in one sitting. I never did that. We would laugh. My husband would go, you got enough ham on that? And then she'd laugh. And no, I wasn't buying the cheap, nitrate, preservative-filled, packaged lunch meat. I'm at the deli. Cut that shit up. I got a house full of kids. Right? Right? Yeah, thank God that they eat at night after all their daily drama. Right? It was so funny. I confess, I like my sandwiches light on meat. I don't either. I don't like the meat. I'd rather have more cheese. I've really backed away from meat. It for some reason, when you get older, it's kind of like, nah. I'll make my own homemade mac and cheese, right? Make a nice roux. Hey, did you see the TikTok mac and cheese? We got to try that on my channel one of these days. We got to do it. You put the block of cheese in the center of the casserole dish, and you just pour all the elbow macaroni around it. Throw in your heavy cream, right? Put your mozzarella, put your whatever cheese, Monterey Jack, whatever. Throw it in the oven. You're like, what kind of wizardry is this? Then you pull it out. You mix it all back up. You mix it all up together. Put it back. Oh, put the breadcrumb things on the top. Put it back in the oven. And you're like, whoa. We got to try some of these TikTok foods. That'll be fun on my channel. Lily goes, I'm just learning to cook. I'll try anything. Yeah, we're going to become chefs. I know, it looks so good. 17-year-old is obsessed with his girlfriend, avoiding schoolwork, right? And that's the thing, is you got to let kids be kids. You saw that one? Yeah, it's a heart attack waiting to happen. We'll be fine. We're not going to eat the whole pan. We'll make a smaller version. I am hungry. Now it's time. I had my coffee. But I was just bothered. I didn't care that she came up on the glare. I'm like, let's do this. Maybe people with sense can make her see something different. Pull her away from the haters, the Don and Candace haters. We're not the sympathizers. We're not the Don and Candace lovers. You could say this 1,000,000 times. They'll never hear that. They'll never hear human kindness. They'll never hear that either. Just be kind. If they're guilty, hey, we'll have a parade right down their street, okay? But if they're innocent, you people are going to backpedal your ass off and get away with it. All the harassment, all the trauma, you'll get away with it because you don't care. So I was willing to let this all fold out. And then I'm like, hey, that went pretty well. That went pretty well because he was very calm. And she even said, well, I don't know if he was drinking last night. See, already diagnosing him as a drunk. Really, mushmouth? What causes a dry, pasty mouth? I've had one drink of water in 86 minutes. I ain't got no dryness going on. I don't have my teeth with socks on them. Right? So stop diagnosing people that nobody's stupid. So you go on and condemn the guy. Look at him right there. He's already thinking about what he's going to say next. He's not listening to me. No, he was listening. He was like this. But we hear you when you're trying to take people's content, and it's supposed to be transformative, by the way. You're supposed to stop, give your opinion, work it out. No, you just play it, and we hear you in the background. And those clunky keys, that 1990 keyboard. And you go right here. And then you say something that has nothing to do with what was just said. Because you're not listening. You're just using. That's what they call using someone's content. But all of us are stupid. We're all stupid people. We're all stupid. She's the smartest person in the room, so there's that. You've been lurking for a week. Thanks, Jen. Yes, hey there, tore apart my turquoise twisted wire bracelet and turned it into some sort of mask holder. Hey, do what you want with them. Do what you want with them. They're supposed to be energy. You wear them on your left wrist, and it's supposed to give you a certain energy all day. But whatever. I don't know how it works on your head. Yes, I have a boutique, but I don't even really promote it anymore because, I don't know. I just, when you burn out from shit. Mallory used to have an amazing boutique. I used to love looking at her stuff. In fact, there was one bracelet I wanted really bad, and I never bought it. And I felt bad because I wanted it. And then you just get tired of something. You get tired of talking about it. You get tired of buying the inventory. You just do. Like, I got tired of doing hair. When I got to the point where I would look at my books and I'm like, oh God, when's this day gonna be over? It was the day I put my shears down. Said I'm done. The night I was bartending in a bar, which I used to have the best time, make the greatest money, and I'm bartending one night, and I said, if Jesus walked through this door right now, would he smile at you or would he be disappointed? Your babies are at home sleeping and you're working in a bar. I mean, for money, by the way. I was done. I said, no, he wouldn't smile at me right now. And I was done. Of course I knew who you were. I even promoted your store. Did I not, guys? I brought up your store. Jewelry with a twist, or whatever the hell it was called. I said, look at not only her jewelry, but look at the photos she takes. I'm so jealous. So professional. You have several of her pieces? Damn it. I wear it every day this way and take the healthy energy from it directly to my skull. There you go. No, I didn't say I was insulted. I just said, I could have created something like that for you. You didn't even have to take apart the bracelet. You could have said, hey, could you do me a favor? I'm wearing these masks, and I would like something really cool. I could have created something. That's what I get a thrill out of. That was nice of you. I'm so sorry I wasn't. It's okay. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there who don't know I exist. I don't tag them. I'm not that kind of YouTuber. You either find me or you don't. I want to grow naturally, not on the wings of anybody, not on anyone's backs. You either like me or you don't. I am not going to play that game. I don't play the YouTube game. I literally call out bullshit when I see it, or things that they're not necessary. Traumatizing the wells is not necessary for you to get clicks and views. It's not necessary. Thank you, love my Charlie Faith. I'm just saying, I prefer to grow my channel based on me, not riding on anyone's wings, showing up on their panel. I disagree with you. If you come over and see my live, no thank you. No thank you. Been there, done that. And I'm pulling my hair out and losing brain cells. Because I don't follow a hug box. I don't have to get in where I fit in or be a part of, the chat. Oh, that's my friend. Let's agree with anything she says so we can stay together in the chat. I've seen that, everything on YouTube. 4 years I've been doing this. Wow, really? It's so simple. It's like she says, it's not rocket science 101. There is no rocket science 101 because there's no 102, 103, 104. Right? There's English 101. There's algebra 101. There's chemistry 101. But not rocket science. There's only one. Astrophysics. Her new word of the week, people, is blatantly. She does know to use it with the word obvious. Let's see if it gets used anywhere else, if it behooves her. Yeah, I have paid attention for 4 years. See, Ken's been watching me since I lived in an RV. Because my channel, I still think to this day, is marked as a travel channel, which is funny because I'm lazy with YouTube. Listen, Bullhorn doesn't know. She thinks behooves is like when I use the F word, which I use as a verb. I've used it as a noun. I have used it as an adverb. I've used it as a pronoun. It's universal. But behooves is not. Behooves means in your best interest. It would behoove you to move your car from in front of that dumpster. It's garbage day. Fits perfectly. But I have heard her use it as a noun, a verb, in your best interest. You could literally, just in your head, does behooves fit this sentence? But she's made it into a plural. She's made it into past tense. Pretty soon she's going to add the ing. It's behooving you. Is it behooving you? Now that shit entertains me. What else entertains me is when somebody's really mad. Yeah, the behoovement. The behoovement, also known as the pressure campaign, aka the bullying. Yeah. We don't really know how to do investigative work, so all we know how to do is chastise your ass to get noticed. We want to be on the news. So we're coming to burn your house down. I mean, bring your house down. Bring it. Not burn it. Sorry. I can't even. But they are characters. And you have to take them for what they're worth. Because we really don't know if there are locks in the candle wax house. We do not know this for sure. We need you to film that. Because it could just be hearsay. It could be for attention and content. right? Now we know they're going to be old enough to work, go earn a living, and they're going to eat. Hold on, kid. Your freedom's coming soon. Maybe he's used to it, right? Maybe his crib was locked. Maybe, you know what I mean? There was a cage around, a twin bed when you're a toddler. We don't know. We don't know. This could be normal for him. You have had 8 ounces of formula today. That is enough. I'm just being funny. It's for entertainment. Candle wax. But quit putting your laundry out there. Nobody wants to see your dirty laundry. Nobody. Because, believe it or not, candle wax, there are some people out there, mandatory reporters, and I'm going to guess that this is where your problems are coming from, is that you put your information out there, and a mandatory reporter heard it out of your own mouth and wanted to have it checked out. That's it. Because nobody on here wants to even get that in depth with your life. I'd be changing some shit up in here. Of course, I would never have a channel with my kids running around the house. They're all grown. I would never do that. Because I was too busy. I didn't got time for no YouTube. Hell, I didn't even have time to make a home fucking video. Let alone making sure all the kids had even amounts of pictures. You know how that is with no cell phone? You have to get disposable cameras. Okay, everybody smile. You got to capture their childhood. I was too busy for YouTube. Plus, I had to work full time. Right? Always running kids here, there, and everywhere. Shit. Way too busy. I couldn't even imagine having a bunch of kids and sitting on YouTube all night. That's when you rest. This is too stressful. Where do you rest? When do you rest? Do you ever sit around and read a good book? Holy hell. Right? You still have old rolls of film. Hey, did you see that app? Get a load of this shit. Everybody settle down. There's an app out there. Please, I don't know the name. Anyway, you take your negatives. This is epic. You take your smartphone. You go into that app. It scans the negative and pulls the picture out. Shut up. It's okay, hey there. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Listen, I don't do that. So I don't need that. I really don't. I'm not that person. I am not aggressive. I am not, do this, do that. Please do this. I'm not that person. I just am not. That sounds amazing. You don't have to do that. I gave it you know what? It's COVID. Everybody's going through it. People are praying to God to get their tax returns. And I don't expect them to come running over here and spending their tax returns. People got to fix some shit in their life. It's been an absolute nightmare. And until COVID's over, people don't have expendable money right now. Some do, some don't. I put this channel up. I know you're trying to get me more orders. I don't care. I'm kind of over it. For real. When my kids were little, after I got them all settled in bed, that's when I cleaned my house. Right, that's when you do stuff. But yeah, I just, people are going through it, and I have empathy and sympathy. It is not about me making money on my business right now. I'm fine. Bored, but I'm fine. So I'm not out there trying to get into people's pockets and purses. I'm really not. And you're doing good. That's great. I'm just saying that I don't want people to feel bad. I don't want them to feel like they're obligated. Oh, God, I'll just buy some soap and shut her up. No, that's why I'm not doing that. And I don't need anybody to do that for me. Everybody knows it's right there. And I just don't need to plug it. I'm not that person. I am not aggressive in any way. I am compassionate. Honestly, I'm not into the YouTube game. I put up a channel. I talk about things that bother me, and I talk about things that are real. I try to get people to see things different with empathy and caring. We come together. We help out babies. We help out families. We help out soldiers. That's when it becomes important to me, and I will push that shit because that's what's important to me. I've always been a person that would rather give than take. Yeah, Ken, don't go looking for that one. My workplace makes us wear certain masks now. I know. It's weird. It's all weird. I can't even. I know you love me, but ask me first. I don't. Listen, my husband doesn't even. Like, he knows me. He knows me. Because that's real. That's what's real about me. It ain't fake. It ain't pretend. That's what's real about me. And I don't want people, saying, wow, her subscribers, Jesus. No, I don't do any of that. Who banned you last night? Ken, who banned you last night? Where were you banned? Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to put it on your feed. You don't have to push it in my chat. Really, honestly. But if you're not going to use your channel to plug your business, can you at least get a bigger sign? You can't read that. I can read it backwards. Etsy store. Etsy.com shop. Nomadness Boutique. And it's in my About section. Most people that are like totally into a channel, they check out the About section. They check out the description. But it's not going to be attached to YouTube at all. I just tagged your Instagram. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because that's where my business is, on my Instagram. I don't shove it on my YouTube channel. That's what my Instagram was created for. And I do videos for my business. I like to keep them separate. Even though it's there, I like to keep them separate. That's where I keep my business, is on Instagram. My eyes aren't what they used to be either. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just weird that way. I don't know. I mean, it's been since COVID. Trust me. It's been no other time. I don't have a problem with it. But COVID, I kept getting emails saying, I feel bad. Like, I want to buy this and I want to buy that. But we really took a hit during... And then that made me feel some sort of way. And then I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a moment in time kind of thing. And I'm literally letting my business just sit there. And I will make decisions once things get back to normal. But I just haven't made a decision yet. I mean, it's not like I was making, 40 grand a year or something. That'd be a whole different ballgame, right? No, it was just, I don't know, boredom, creating crafts. I don't know. But right now, I feel some sort of way about it. And maybe it's because of other YouTubers, just all this stuff going on with taking people's money for billboards and then people giving their last $5 for these people raising money and then questioning it. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but something just triggered me to feel some sort of way. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, no. No, yeah. Yeah, heaven has a cell phone service now. Uh-huh. That's just more garbage. I don't, no. And they did allow a medium to come there who asked to come there, and it was just all word salad. That person never found Summer. And that was right away, by the way. That person, they just started showing up. Yeah. It's against his religion. Respect it. Quit shoving yourself on him. Hey, Patty. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to let you go because I'm hungry. So, in a nutshell, if you're going to criticize people and call them effing idiots and put them down, make sure your house is clean. Make sure your house is clean. That you haven't put anything out there on the internet that contradicts what you're saying. Calling Don and Candace bad parents because their house was a mess? Really? You ever lived out in the holler? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. But then, if it comes back on you for debate on being a good parent, based on what you've put out on the internet, don't call people effing idiots. It's an opinion, just like yours. And we all know opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, but they usually stink. Peace out. Love y'all. Bye now.